Good evening. Welcome to Northbeat from the shores of the East Channel of the Mackenzie River. We have been broadcasting from Nunavut, Northwest Territories all week. And tonight, we'll introduce you to a guy known around town as the Highwayman. That conversation is later in the show, but we begin with the news. Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts in Nunavut, Northwest Territories. There are two territorial elections this fall, just 1 week apart. Nunavut will head to the polls on October 27th. Then, a week later, Yukoners will cast their votes on November 3rd. We have stories on both elections tonight, and we're starting in the Yukon, where the election campaign is now officially underway. A lot has happened since the last territorial election. Chris Windier takes a look back at the last 4 years.
The Yukon Liberals limped back into power in 2021 thanks to a nail-biting election night tie with the Yukon Party. The final standings, the Liberals and Yukon Party each won 8 seats and the NDP 3. In fact, election night wasn't even settled on election night. The vote in Vuntagwitchin finished in a tie. New Democrat Annie Blake would be declared the winner a week later after her name was drawn from a hat. With that settled, the Liberals settled into their second term, but this time they had to rely on the NDP to stay in power. Everything has its price, and the NDP extracted numerous concessions from the Liberals. In exchange for not voting down the government, the NDP got a cap on residential rents, tougher emissions targets, a minimum wage hike, and more. But the NDP and the Yukon Party also occasionally teamed up against the Liberals, at one point stripping the government of certain powers in the Legislative Assembly. 18 months after Election Day, Sandy Silver abruptly announced his resignation. He was replaced by Economic Development Minister Ranj Pillay, who won an uncontested leadership race in 2023. Since then, Yukon Party leader Curry Dixon has been calling for new elections to no avail. Less than 2 years into the Premier's job, it was Pillay's turn to step down. He was replaced by Whitehorse businessman Mike Pemberton, who defeated former Kwanlin Dun First Nation chief Doris Bill. Despite all that, the Liberals managed to make it the full 4 years. This morning, Pemberton visited the commissioner. That officially triggers the election period. Yukoners will know who forms their next government 31 days from now on November 3rd. Chris Windier, CBC News, Whitehorse.
Nunavut's election campaign is also underway. The territory's legislative assembly and general election work a little differently than most other places in Canada. TJ Deere explains.
Politics in Nunavut are not like politics elsewhere in Canada. While the federal and most provincial governments operate under a party system, Nunavut and the Northwest Territories operate under a consensus system. But what is a consensus government? In a consensus government, there are no political parties. During the election, candidates run, effectively, as independents. And this year, there are 58 candidates running in Nunavut's 22 constituencies. 4 weeks after Election Day, the newly elected MLAs will gather in Iqaluit for a public leadership forum. They then choose the Speaker, the Premier, and Cabinet Ministers by secret ballot. Once the Cabinet is elected, the Premier will assign portfolios to the ministers. The Premier and Cabinet act as the government, with the independent MLAs acting as the opposition. And once the government sits, bills can only pass with most of the MLAs voting in favor. There are similarities in the party and consensus systems. Politicians can question the government during sittings in an official question period, as well as public and private committee meetings. And much like the party system, the Premier and Cabinet are expected to vote together to pass bills. TJ Deere, CBC News, Iqaluit.
Flu season is fast approaching, and pharmacies across Whitehorse are having issues registering their pharmacists so they can give out flu shots. They cite issues with government red tape and slow immunization tracking programs. The CBC's Isabella Calisi has the details.
pharmacists are required to take a course to administer vaccines in the Yukon. And according to Greg Oldridge, the president of the Yukon Association of Pharmacists, he says that this should only take a couple of weeks. However, Oldridge called around to a couple different pharmacies in the area and said that they've been having issues with being certified. Medicine Chest Pharmacy has been going back and forth with the Yukon Government Health and Social Services for the last 5 months. He says their emails seem to indicate problems on the government's end of things, and they keep pushing on fixing the problems, even though Medicine Chest has frequently followed up. This has led to the pharmacy not offering flu vaccinations this year due to lack of staff. However, Shoppers Drug Mart hasn't had any problems regarding its team. Oldridge says they have all new staff and applied back in August. A spokesperson for the Yukon government's Community Services branch says they are not aware of this issue. She said the registration program after coursework is completed is streamlined, and any problems would be on the user's end. Health and Social Services didn't have anyone available for comment. David Winger is the manager and a pharmacist at a Shoppers Drug Mart in Whitehorse. He says although they're not dealing with a staffing shortage, they do have to deal with a slow immunization tracking program. Every time you get a shot, your information gets entered into it to track your health records. Winger practiced in BC a couple of months earlier and says the program is much smoother and faster. It would take about 5 minutes to come in and get your flu and COVID shot. However, in the Yukon, the program used is very slow, making appointment times vary. For those looking to get your flu shot this year, you can go to the Shoppers, Walmart, ITA, Save-On Foods, or Superstar Pharmacy. You can also contact your local health center for information regarding getting your flu shot. Isabella Clesi, CBC News, Whitehorse.
The Canada Post national strike is in its second week. And while Canada Post workers in Nunavut and Nunavik fall under a different union, communities are still feeling the impact. The CBC's Mahnor Mubarak has more.
Canada Post says while the CUPW strike goes on, no new mail or parcels will be accepted or delivered to Nunavut or Nunavik. Workers there are represented by a different union. Dwayne Jones is the president of the Canadian Postmasters and Assistants Association. He says the strike could mean people won't be able to get essential goods.
This would be an unfortunate situation if somebody was dependent on that medication being sent via letter mail or parcel. And right now we wouldn't be able to deliver that because it wouldn't be received into the office.
And as Nunavut's election day looms, he says the union itself has not received a directive on mail-in ballots. CBC has heard from a post office in the north that some communities will still accept mail, but Canada Post has not responded by the time of broadcast with confirmation or details on where those communities may be. ITK is a national organization that represents Inuit. In a statement, they said Canada Post delivers to tens of thousands of Inuit and that many communities in Inuit Nunagat have only 1 or 2 stores. So there are few alternatives if people are looking to buy things like baby formula or diapers. Amid the disruptions, people here in Iqaluit also shared their thoughts on the ongoing strike.
As they should. It's a lot of work. I order a lot, and it's like I appreciate them.
I don't think it's good for everybody. I think it's just drag it on too long, and I think maybe we should just come to an agreement.
As of now, Canada Post says it is still offering some products and services, including MoneyGrams and money orders, and they say socioeconomic checks will still be delivered while the strike continues. Mahnor Mubarak, CBC News, Iqaluit.
The city of Yellowknife says it reached a last-minute agreement with bylaw officers. The deal comes hours after the union said workers planned job action for Monday. The city has not said what the agreement entails, but according to the union representing bylaw officers, a key issue is the reclassification of the job. The Public Service Alliance of Canada says that would help close the wage gap between officers in Yellowknife and other Canadian jurisdictions. The union announced the agreement in a news release on Friday. It's a tentative 4-year deal. It comes with annual wage increases and a commitment from the city to reclassifying the job, among other things. If the strike had gone forward, officers were expected to not enforce parking or patrol the city's downtown and homeless encampments. There also wouldn't have been bylaw officers in court. The pool at the Canada Game Centre in Whitehorse will reopen on Saturday. It's been closed for almost 2 months. The lengthy closure was necessary so that annual maintenance and extensive work to improve the facility's air quality could be completed. As part of the reopening, Yukoners are being invited to swim for free this Saturday.
A lot was happening at the pool, especially on the pool deck, which we're sitting on. The majority of the work that was required us to put in essentially a scaffold dance floor for everyone to work at from heights. When you're in the pool and you take a look, you'll see that there's been a number of HVAC changes that have been implemented, all of which were to better the indoor air quality for the users and deal with humidity control, which was found to be a problematic condition, essentially deteriorating the life of the building prematurely.
City staff say the cost for the recent renovations is about $1.5 to $2 million. An advocacy group led by residential school survivors in the NWT is making its name and mission known. It wants to offer support to other survivors, and it took a step forward on Thursday with an open house in Yellowknife. Devin Trudinick tells us more.
A group in the Northwest Territories wants to preserve the legacy of residential schools and offer support to survivors. The group is called We Always Remember, or WAR for short. It held an open house in Yellowknife on Thursday. One of its main goals, according to one of its co-founders, is outreach.
To send a message to residential school students that hey, your truth matters. You matter. And we want to hear from you. We want to meet you. We want to let you know we have an organization that hopefully will help you in your journey.
Andrew says he is a residential school survivor. He says he went to residential school when he was 8 and was in the system for 7 years total.
I often wondered what it was like for my parents having 5 kids and then 3 of them taken away. I don't know what that was like. I never had a chance to ask him.
Andrew co-founded the group to make sure people never forget the impact of residential schools on people in the Northwest Territories. And now, his group is getting some money to do it. The Yellowknife Community Foundation says it gave $25,000 to help with staffing.
It's going to go towards like initial staffing so that they can get their organization up and running, because they just started. I think it was just in the news that they've just been established, and they have a lot of really cool things that they want to get done. So get some staff on there.
Garvey says she thinks it's important to have projects for residential school survivors be led by residential school survivors. The group wants a monument built in Yellowknife. The NWT government has voiced its support for that, and the monument should be built by 2027. Devin Trudinick, CBC News, Yellowknife.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there's help. You can call the National Indian Residential School Crisis Line toll-free at the number on your screen. That is 1-866-925-4419. And the line is available 24/7.
The future is everything. Stories of incredible ingenuity, dedication, and some extraordinary teamwork. This is parenthood.
Take a voyage with me to the vast, remote, most extreme place on Earth.
For many, this will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Where the effects of climate change are intensifying.
The poles are a very rapidly changing place.
And geopolitical cracks threaten peace and stability.
Do you think there's a security concern?
I definitely do.
Experience the historic all-Canadian mission. CBC in Antarctica. Watch free on CBC Gem.
Want to get the most out of CBC News? Use the app or cbcnews.ca for live breaking news on the stories that matter to you. Whether it's local, national, or around the world, turn to CBC News.
My favorite word.
Tariff! How seriously are you taking this threat?
It's the uncertainty that's the biggest issue.
Canada, we got you.
Elbows up!
Hello, I'm Paul Andrew. Here's George Tuckaroo with the news.
Thanks, Paul. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Carol Morin.
That's Northbeat for tonight. I'm Nadira Beg. Good night.
Good evening, I'm Randy Henderson. We start in the Northwest Territories.
Good evening, I'm Kate Kyle.
I'm Hillary Bird.
Shannon Scott.
Juanita Taylor, and this is Northbeat.
Building road infrastructure in the north is no easy feat. Permafrost creates challenging conditions. The weather will test even your warmest winter gear. And if you're working in the bush, you better have a bear monitor. There's one man here in Nunavut who's seen it all. He's worked as a surveyor across the NWT and in the Yukon, and he has stories to tell. Let me introduce you to Nunavut's highwayman, Joe Cook. We were talking earlier, you told me that you were named the highwayman. Your nickname's the highwayman. Tell me about why that's your nickname.
Okay, I've been involved in highways since '69 with the federal government, and later on with the territorial government. And when I was in charge of the Tuck Ice Road, some people were getting stuck, and I'd go out anytime 7 days a week, night or day, and then some people were stuck there, and there's a family there, middle of the night. They said, I forgot the name, but I think you're the highwayman, and it's stuck there ever since in 1990.
Tell me about your work as a surveyor and which highways you helped to build in that role.
Okay, I've helped the Mackenzie Highway when I first started with the federal government between Providence and Fort Simpson. And later on, as years went by, built the road to Wrigley and the Yard Highway, and also here the Dempster Highway. When they sent me here in '71 to help survey crew, they started at the time Sigachik was called or the Great River, and we made the road to Fort McPherson. And then I was sent back to Simpson area to get involved with the location of new highways, which is the Laird Highway and the proposed Mackenzie Highway, up to the Dempster Highway. In fact, in August of 1974, I put the last stake connecting the proposed Mackenzie Highway to the Dempster Highway at kilometer 207.
So, I mean, your footprints are all over the territory in terms of highways. When you're working as a surveyor, how do you choose a route to build a highway? What goes into that process?
Okay, first of all, the government would take air photos all over, and the engineers and surveyors would study the air photos, and they can tell by the different trees where certain road material is good. And that's how they do the location survey. And out of that location survey, there's cutting lines and digging, doing soil samples and surveying everything. And once it's drawn up by JOS people, and if the engineer is satisfied, they will do the road design, and then that's when the construction survey starts. So there's two different, the location survey and the actual construction.
And which kind, did you do both kind of surveying, or what kind of surveying did you do, Joe?
I did both of them, and because I was young and fast, they would put me on the location survey, and I enjoyed that. Every day for about 2.5 years, I used to fly with helicopters and different weathers, whatever, and I enjoyed that.
I bet. That sounds like quite an adventurous life to be in the air for 2.5 years, essentially. Can you talk to me a little bit about your role in the Dempster Highway, what you did, and maybe some of the challenges that came with building such a long, large highway in such rough terrain?
Yes, in the early 70s, the Yukon, that started their side. And they had the Army build the Engineer Creek at Engineer Creek at 212. And later on, I was involved on both sides of the Yukon, but not on construction. I mean, not on location survey, but on construction, starting in '71 between Artigret and Fort McPherson, and then later on towards the border. And the Dempster, later on, after I switched over from the federal government to the Northwest Territory government, they sent me here because of my experience in all of the years that I spent here surveying. And some setbacks. There's a couple spots right now. There's sinkholes happening, so that's pretty bad there. And to avoid that, we have to shift the road a bit. But then the sinkhole is always in there. And that's probably only setback I had, but except being treed by grizzlies up the hill. And in those days I carried a pistol, so I wasn't really afraid, and my crew would have, we always have a bear monitor on site. So it was exciting and scary.
Joe, I wonder, in all of your work in highways in the Northwest Territories and Yukon, what is one of the most unique stories that you can think of? What's something really interesting that happened to you out on the bush, in the air, any of your adventures? What's something you can think of?
In 1971 or 72, after a weekend here, a mechanic from Hay River and I were flying back to Sigachik, and the pilot had a heart attack. So I grabbed him, and the mechanic was scared. But it's a good thing that we had another surveyor who had taken pilot lessons. So he landed the plane safely at Arctic Red.
That's terrifying.
Oh yeah, that's. I've seen other things happen on the Mackenzie Provost Highway in 1972. One of the survey crews was going with a helicopter just out of Port Norman at the time, now Toledo, and it just crashed. The whole crew just quit right there.
Joe, thank you so much for this conversation. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, and I'm happy to let everybody know that, you know, even though I'm still, I've been retired for 8 years, I'm still your highwayman, Joe Cook. Hey, thank you.
And we will be heading down one of the highways that the highwayman Joe Cook worked on, the Dempster Highway, over the weekend. Northbeat is taking the show on the road to Fort McPherson and Sigachik. And tonight, we bring you a look back into our archives and into the history of that highway. Here's a story from James Cudmore in 2004 for the 25th anniversary of the Dempster.
It cost $90 million and took 20 years to build. And today, those who built the Dempster Highway reminisced about their contribution to the Canadian North.
It was a little colder, a little tougher, and you learn very quickly here to live with the land. You don't beat it.
It's part of a summer of celebrations taking place on the Dempster, a highway that crosses land so barren, there's more animals than people.
Everybody called it a road to nowhere.
John Gould helped build the Dempster. He was hired in 1959 to break trail in a bulldozer, pushing the road north across the tundra 1 meter at a time.
And sometimes the wind would be so bad that we couldn't open the road. We had to turn around and back into the wind and then plow the road. We couldn't go into the wind because the wind blew the snow up over the blade and into our faces, and we couldn't see anything. It was wicked.
Just as wicked, the maintenance. There's more than 700 kilometers of gravel to be graded and potholes to be filled. It adds up to about $4 million every year. And Al Close has worked every part of it.
It thaws out and caves in and bumps and holes and all that good stuff. You know, tough going.
The highway is named after Northwest Mounted Police Corporal Jack Dempster, famed for his role in the story of the Lost Patrol. In 1911, 4 Mounties on patrol were lost on the tundra. Dempster found them 3 months later, dead, just 40 kilometers from their starting point. But if it weren't for this man, John Diefenbaker, the Dempster would never have been built. In the 1950s, Prime Minister Diefenbaker dreamed of a road to resources, opening up northern oil fields, linking southern Canada to the high Arctic.
And the Dempster Highway was really symbolic of Canada reaching to the Arctic.
Robert Bones studied the geography of the North. The Dempster, he says, is an important corridor for trade and a cultural link.
And this is a way of creating a social bond between northern communities and southern communities.
But the man who dreamed of building that bond through a ribbon of road never actually saw his highway finished. John Diefenbaker died August 16, 1979, just 2 days before the Dempster opened. James Cudmore, CBC News, Edmonton.
And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. We leave you tonight with a quick look at the river and also a video of 2 polar bears spotted near Resolute Bay, Nunavut. I'm Megan Roberts in Nunavut, NWT. Have a great weekend.
There's the other one. Bigger. So fluffy.